The Olympic Games start in 1 week, and here's what's bound to happen. I'm gonna call it. We're gonna be watching these impressive athletes, like barely human, they're so awesome. We're sitting on the couch with our snicky snacks and we're gonna be taking it in, but then suddenly you're gonna feel it, right? You're gonna feel the inspiration, the drive, that get up and go that we're seeing on the screen is going to start to creep in. Well, my next guest says there are takeaways for the everyday morning walker, runner, gym goer, things we can channel and remember to become the best and healthiest version of ourselves. Studio 5 fitness contributor Ellie Nelson is a ray of sunshine this morning in more than one way. You say, Em, we really can learn a lot from these athletes. They seem so unattainable and like unreachable, but you say there's something we can glean.
They are human. At the end of the day, they are human. I think they have insane abilities and talents. I think they're incredible, like their athletic prowess is incredible, but at the end of the day, they're human, and it's the habits that they formed that took them there. Because there's a lot of people who are amazingly talented that just don't have like the drive and the hard work and all these things that gets them to there. And so I think there's so many things that they do that we really can take in our everyday life to help us on our journey. And so
first on your list is consistency.
Absolutely. One of our favorite Olympians, Michael Phelps, we all love him, the swimmer, he's amazing. He said, consistency is more important than intensity. And what he means by that is like, you can be intense and you can be so good, but if you are not showing up day in and day out, that is where it comes in consistency. And it's on the days when you don't want to get out of bed.
There it is.
It's when you don't want to move. Yeah. That even if you show up a little bit, you give 10, 20, 30%, that is better than zero. And so honestly, with all these athletes and in our daily lives, I think consistency is actually the greatest tool that we can put in our belt, that no matter what, we show up, even if it's 10% of what we normally give, we're progressing on this journey.
I have a dear girlfriend, Kim, and she taught me this lesson in the dorm days at BYU. Like if she couldn't get a workout in, she was pretty consistent anyway, but on the days she couldn't, it would be 5 minutes of abs at night. Or it would be, do you want to go on a quick loop around the building? I mean, a little bit. A
little bit, because that trains you that you show up for yourself.
I'm going to move my body, no matter what.
Doesn't matter what it looks like.
Hard work pays off. That's lesson number 2.
Yeah, I mean, as individuals, getting uncomfortable is hard for us. I think sometimes we don't like to be uncomfortable, and hard work takes getting uncomfortable. And these athletes show this on every aspect, that they have chosen to work hard day in and day out. Now, we're not trying to be Olympians, let's just say. We're just doing this for our everyday life. But I think when the going gets tough, just be inspired by this and say, you know what, it's okay to do hard things, it's okay to be uncomfortable, and this will only lead me to greater things.
What Michael Phelps gave in the pool, or what Simone Biles gave at the gym, I can give in my morning walk. It's translatable for sure. You say we can also listen for lessons of failure and how they were able to rise above it. Yeah,
so I read this, a really amazing article, and it talks about having an essential mindset, which means that we're okay with failure. These athletes are okay with failure because they have failed over and over. And what that means is not just thinking that way, but applying it and really taking it to our advantage. So think about when you fail. When you fail, it's kind of an icky feeling, right? Like no one likes to fail. You feel stupid. You feel down on yourself. It's flipping that mindset and knowing that every time we fail, it's actually helping us grow. And when you take that on, any growth comes from failure. And so when you flip that script, and that's what these athletes have done, you can read countless stories of failure after failure after failure, and that's not what we remember or what we see, but that's actually what got them to where they are. And I think as human beings, we don't want to fail, and so it's hard, but that's actually one of the greatest tools we can do is fail and learn from it. When we flip the script and have that essential mindset, we can grow from it.
Amen, amen. So listen for that, look for that, and try to internalize that. The next word on your list is progress. And this is where it does have to get different for every age, stage, chapter of life, but progression needs to be happening.
Yeah, and I think it's our own progression. We are basing our journey off our own progression, and not our progression's gonna look differently, right? We're gonna progress in different ways. And so it's about taking the steps in your progression. It's me against me. If you think about, although at the Olympics they're competing for gold, silver, whatever, they're really competing against themselves.
It's why the PR, the personal record, is celebrated in addition to the medal count or the, where you're at on the podium. They are competing against themselves in many of these events.
Yeah, I like to say get a PR in fun.
I
before my events. We're not here to get a PR today. We're just here to get a PR and fun.
I like you and I like that.
Because honestly, if you're not enjoying, I can't remember who said it, was one of the Olympic athletes who's a runner, and she's like, if you're not enjoying the journey, then what's it about? And I say that when I talk about our fitness journeys all the time. I'm like, if you're not enjoying it, find something new.
And if you've been in Emily's class, you know that she takes that to heart.
I mean that. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's true. Like, if you're not enjoying the journey, I'm sure there's times on these Olympic journeys with people, they're absolutely miserable.
Sure.
But I'm sure that they're really enjoying it and they love the sport that they're doing. They have to love it.
So look for those opportunities. Here's one more line we'll take to the bank, take home, take to the gym.
Yeah.
Mental toughness is 99% of success.
Absolutely. That is why these amazing individuals are on the podium. Is their mental toughness.
Mental toughness.
You have to be mentally tough and tell yourself you can do it when your body wants to give out, when everything. And you also have to be smart. You have to fuel yourself. You have to get sleep and all these things. We think about Simone Biles. Last year, she had a mental block that came in that she really couldn't get through. She had to work on her mental block to be able to do what her body already knew it could do physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great lessons as we're watching and feeling. You can channel those into your own workouts and your own health journey. Emily, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Are you a gymnastics fan?
Yeah, I love
Is that the event?
gymnastics.
Yeah, I figured.